Well, hello, my friend. My name is Joe Bakhmutsky. I'm the founder of Power to Be Happy and also the author of Finding Hope in Times of Uncertainty, a guide to thriving in the challenging world of today. And right now, we're talking about clarity, how to make sense of life, especially if you've been through a difficult time and you're in a place where you're trying to figure out what's next for you. Or maybe you're in a place where you're like things have been going well, but you're at a point where there's something happened, something changed, and you feel you're ready to take the next step. You're ready to go to the next stage, to the next level of your life, but you're not really sure like what's the best way to go. You don't want to look at it and have any kind of, when you look back on it, have any regrets. You're not sure which path to take or how, and you want to have that confidence about moving forward. Well, that's where clarity comes in. I'm gonna help you to do that today, to figure things out and really put it into perspective that makes sense for you and for your way of life, because we're all different, right? That's why clarity, when you bring more clarity into your life, it helps you to put aside doubt. It helps you to put aside worry so that you can make more room for things that you love doing, for having more fun, for spending time with people that you care about the most, doing things that you love. Clarity will give you like answers about which direction you should take. Clarity will tell you whether this is aligned with who you really are deep on the inside. And also with clarity, you can check in to see if you're on the way. Right? Because we know that even if you have ambitions or dreams or hopes for what your life will look like, we know that it's not always perfect. There's always challenges that come up along the way. And sometimes it takes time to, a little bit of time to get to where you want to get to, so that you always feel that you're making progress, so that you feel like you are moving forward, and not only moving forward, but you're moving forward on your terms. So that's what clarity is all about. And I want to share with you like 4 key principles about clarity that define the clarity, that without those in place, I believe clarity does not happen. Right? So I'm going to share these with you one by one. And the first clarity principle is that clarity begins and ends with you today. What do I mean by that? I think sometimes we live in a world that is so connected. There's so many views, there's so many opinions, and everyone is different, right? We're all kind of tuned into what other people want, what other people expect, and everyone believes that they are right. Well, I believe that you are the only person who can decide what is right for you, what is right for you right now, and what is right for you moving forward. So you are the only person who can really find clarity for yourself. You know, I mean, other people may have their own different things, and they may have completely divergent views on what is right, or what is wrong, what's right for them. But we need to find what's right for you. You need to find clarity in a way that really stands out for you, that really makes things clear and identifiable, so that, you know, when you see it, you can feel that it's something that is applicable to you. So we're not worried about anyone else, but the focus is only on what's right for you, and getting clarity in a way that is specific to your values, your vision of the world, and where you want to be ultimately, right? That's what it's all about. But also, it happens today. That's why I said that the clarity begins and ends with you today, right? Because oftentimes we get pulled in thinking about the past, past disappointments, past frustrations, past mistakes, or we sometimes project ourselves too much into the future in thinking, and having worries about things might go wrong, having our projecting our concerns about what future might look like, and what could go wrong, or what might not go to plan, or maybe getting some idealized vision of the future that is not even real. So we want to put that aside, and we want to concentrate on this moment today, finding what's right for you now, because now that's the only thing that matters. That is the only time that we get, and that's why we need to find clarity in this present moment, so that you feel like you know what's right for you right now. And sure, that might evolve and that's going to change, but we're always seeking clarity in this present moment. Because if we start to get thinking about too far ahead, or we start thinking about what happened before, that ruins everything, right? We need to live in this moment today, and we're going to talk about how to do that as well. The second key clarity principle, without which clarity cannot exist, is what you seek in life is what you get. What you seek, my friend, is what you inevitably get, right? This is what I believe in, is that what we can find in life, what you can achieve in terms of the dreams and the ambitions and the hopes that you have for yourself, for the people who are close to you, experiencing those feelings, experiencing those moments, they can only come when you specifically go after them. You're never going to be, happy about, a particular situation in life. You're never going to be, you're never going to get satisfaction. You're never going to get joy. You're never going to get confidence unless those are the things that you put your mind to, connectedness. These are the things that if you seek to get clarity around those areas, to make progress, and it will not happen. It will never happen if it's somewhere at the back of your mind, if it's not a priority, if it's not urgent, it will not happen. It's impossible for us to fall in love or to stay truly connected with your best friend if we're not making an effort to spend time with them, to catch up in a meaningful way, to have deep conversations, to share new experiences together, that bring you closer, that bond us together. That's what we have to think about. We have to want that. We have to take action towards that, right? So it has to be something that we are looking for, that you seek to get to in life. And if that's what you're looking to do, then that's what you inevitably start moving towards. So that's what clarity is, right? If you seek to get clarity in the areas of your life that are truly vital to you, that's how you know you're gonna win. That's how you know that you're on the way, because you've just made it a real priority in terms of getting there. Third clarity principle is that the next move that you make is the only move that matters. The next move, my friend, that you make is the only move that matters. Oftentimes in life we think in the context of, a process that goes too far along. We jump to conclusion. We think about what we're gonna achieve, and we kind of sometimes we get ahead of us. Isn't it true? Like sometimes you just get so excited that you kind of sometimes get carried away, and we make too many plans, and that's why we fall into the trap of it being feeling overwhelming, right? Because we made it up to be something that's bigger than what it really is, right? And unless we take an approach of taking one step forward at a time, that's how we walk, right? We walk one step at a time. Unless we look at making progress one step at a time and building on that, and then another step and another and another, that's how we get real progress. That's how we move things into motion. That's how we fall into patterns of moving forward. That's how we get pace. That's how we get traction. That's so critical in moving forward. Is realizing that, we want to plan ahead, but the planning begins with taking critical steps towards it, one step at a time. So taking one small step today, in any way you look at it, is going to be better than 100 steps that you've thought ahead. One step that you take, one step that you really move forward to, will bring you so much closer than 100 steps ahead that you've been thinking about in advance. That's key. Fourth, clarity principle. And this is the biggest one of all. And that is that you have all the answers inside you already. You, my friend, have all the answers inside of you. This is the biggest revelation that I had about clarity. That oftentimes in life we seek about answers, outside in the world, and sometimes that's true, right? Sometimes it's true in terms of, in terms of science, in terms of discovery, but in terms of answers in making new connections, in making good on our dreams, in making our hopes come true, in getting progress in life, to feel that you're moving forward on your terms, to feel that you feel more calm, to feel that you are in control, to feel that you are confident enough to face challenges and either overcome them or live with them, live through them, right? That comes from inside. We're not going to get confidence, we're not going to get calm, we're not going to have anything external that's going to come in and bring those things into our lives. We can facilitate things, we can get new experiences, we can certainly make things happen, but all the answers about how to do it and what's right for you and how it's aligned with you begins on the inside. Have you ever noticed that when you go through, or maybe been through a dramatic change in your life, maybe something happened, something that really threw everything up in the air, like for me this was a time when my first big relationship ended. When my ex, she left me for another man, and it was a painful, incredibly hurtful situation, because she called me over the phone, and she just said that that's what's gonna happen, and it took me an incredibly long time to kind of wrap my head around it, and nothing made sense. Nothing made sense. I was in a dark place for a long time, and it took me a while to even get to a place where I felt like I was a functioning person, like I was able to just get around and live something resembling a normal life, let alone to seek finding someone else to be with and fall in love with and give love and get love in return. So it's been it's been a difficult experience, and making sense of it has taken a long time. I spent a lot of time doing a lot of soul searching and trying to figure things out and talking things through with people that I care about. And I did a lot of, I guess, personal development that's played a critical part in me trying to make sense of it. And after a long time, I got to a place where I was finally ready to take the next step, where I felt like I knew what I wanted, and I knew that I really wanted to go for it and get there. And I went through this process that I knew that was right for me, that was aligned with my values, and that really made sense for the person that I am, and the person that I've always wanted to be. But this process, I kind of just stumbled through it. I tried things. Some things worked, some things didn't, and it took a lot of frustration. It took a lot of anger. I was confused. I was all over the place. When this process of trying to make sense of things and find clarity about what's right for me was already inside me. The answers we find that already inside you. And it's about to bringing that process out. It's about making that process work for you and articulating what that looks like in these key areas of your life, like finding calm, getting back that sense of control, bringing back connectedness, how do we make impact, all of those things in our life that are critical to leading a happier, more fulfilled life. You already have that process inside of you, and each time when you've been through critical change, you're gonna stumble through it and you gotta put the pieces together. Well, what we need to do is to uplift this process and to really define it in a way that works for you, just to bring it out. We don't need to create it, right? It already exists. Right? That's what I do, in my coaching program. That's what I do in Clarity First, right? I work with clients to bring out, to draw out that process, what brings clarity in these key areas of your life, what helps you to move forward, what helps you to pull you forward in life. And ultimately, I'll walk you through these 4 steps of this process, because this is kind of the essence that we go through in each of those parts of your life, in each of the sessions that I go through, to really get transformation. So I'm walking you through my transformation process to get clarity. And I'll tell you that the first step in this process is, number 1, the first thing you want to do is to define your perspective. What do I mean by that? Well, because we're all different, right? We talked about this already, that everyone is different. And that means that you are unique. You have your own set of, beliefs. You have your own distinct point of view in life, right? And that is something we gotta cherish. We gotta celebrate that. We gotta bring it out in a big, powerful way. We want to be able to share that with the world, and we want to be able to articulate that. That's what I do in all of my sessions. We take any type of topic or critical area of your life. Let's say confidence, right? And we really dig into what does it mean for you, so that you know what it means. You know what it is that you want. You can articulate. How will you know that you'll get there? You'll get progress in this area of your life. So that's number 1. That is absolutely key, is to define your perspective. What do things mean? You're establishing meaning for yourself, right? Because oftentimes it's hidden. It's hidden in plain view sometimes, but we gotta be able to draw it out. Second, we assess the situation. We take what are your beliefs. We take about, what is right for you. We talk about how you define things, and we apply it, right? We apply it to the situation that you find yourself in, right? This is in line with our key principle that is happening now. What is the situation that you are in at this point in life right now, and how does that apply? What is it that that makes life difficult? What is it that you find helpful? What is it you feel is working for you? Right? These are the questions that we want to be able to understand. What is the context? What's going on around you? What are the people? What are the circumstances, right? What is specifically affecting you, and how that aligns with this area of your life? Like I said, might be confidence, might be finding that feeling of calm. Maybe it's making a contribution. Well, how does that apply to where you're at right now? What is your experience with this today? That's what's key. Figuring out how it fits into your life today. Then number 3, we talk about how does it align with your vision and your values. How does what you have right now, how you look at the world, how does it align with where you want to be? How does it align with where you're going? How does it align with what is really at the core part of you that you really feel speaks to you, speaks to your way of life, something that you really believe in at the deepest possible level, something that you can really get behind? What does it really mean for you? So this is the part where we really align it and we identify what is the approach that you want to take that is right for you. You want to bring it out. You really want to understand what is it that what is it that's going to work for you, and not only bring you the results, but bring you the results in a way that really makes sense to you. Like for example, for me, finding the person that I wanted to be with, I knew that there was a lot of things that I wouldn't want to be doing in that space. I know that it wasn't really for me to go out to bars or to clubs or whatever, right? This wasn't something that was in line with the person that I met. It made me feel weird, and it didn't feel right. Well, I could have saved a lot of heartache, and a lot of feeling awkward and stupid if I haven't even tried that. And I just instead followed my heart and did the things that really made sense to me. And we can always figure that out by talking it through it and working through things to find out what makes sense for you and your way of life. Finally, number 4. And this is, again, in line with our key principle, that the next move you make is the only move that matters. This is why, number 4, you want to start moving towards it. You want to be able to take on board, number 1, defining your perspective. What do things mean? What does this mean to you? What will it help you feel? How will it make you feel? What will it make you do? How will you know that you got there? It brings together that you've assessed the situation. You know what's going on. You can kind of look at the circumstances, at things that are going on around you. You can bring that context into what's happening. Number 3, we talked about how you find that alignment. We find that alignment with your vision, with your values, so you can decide what's going to be the right thing for you moving forward. And ultimately, number 4, the key step in each areas of your life where you really want to make progress, where you really want to get results, where you want to really give it to a place where you transcend the way that you feel to a greater level of depth, is taking an actionable step towards it. This is why everything that we do in our life, we need to take steps towards it. Not think about it in the context of theory, but we need to apply it. That's how we always can work out and adjust. That's why when I work with my clients, we agree one action that you're gonna take at the end of each session, that you're gonna something and try and apply it. You're gonna give it a go, see if it works, see how it fits in. And that is key, because when you take action that is in line with your vision and values, that is in accordance with the situation, that is in line with overall your perspective on life, that's when it all starts to compound each other. It starts to kind of bring things together in a cohesive way. That's why clarity, it's all about integrating different parts of you and different aspects of your life into one cohesive whole, so that you draw out the answers inside of you and you externalize them into your life and you bring it in line with your experience. I hope, my friend, this has been helpful. I hope you enjoyed this. My name is Joe Bakhmutsky. Thank you for being here. To find out more about my coaching program, go to powertobehappy.com. Send me an email, get in touch. And also, if you still have not read my book, Finding Hope in Times of Uncertainty, a guide to thriving in a challenging world of today, please check it out as well when you go to powertobehappy.com. My name is Joe Bakhmutsky. Thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you soon.